All right, welcome back everyone to another deep dive. This time we're taking on a topic that's super critical for any construction project,
Mhm.
especially if you're aiming for that prestigious Gold Seal certification.
You got it.
We're talking about monthly progress billing and invoicing.
Ah, yes.
Now, I know what you're thinking, paperwork,
All
boring.
right.
But trust me, this is where the rubber really meets the road when it comes to keeping a project on track and everybody happy, especially financially.
Absolutely. It's way more than just sending out invoices,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
We're going deep into the world of tracking, completed work,
Right.
coordinating with subcontractors, navigating all the legal stuff, making sure everyone gets paid right and on time.
Yep.
It's all about building trust and stability financially, which is like the bedrock of any successful project, really.
So true. And speaking of bedrock, our deep dive today is built on some pretty solid industry standards,
Yeah.
especially stuff from those CCDC contracts.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Ready to break it all down?
Let's do it.
Okay, so first things first, we got to talk about establishing clear agreements.
Right from the start.
Right from day one. This
Yeah.
isn't just like signing on the dotted line and hoping for the best, right?
Oh, absolutely not. We're
Okay.
talking about making sure every single person is crystal clear on payment terms, milestones, the schedule,
Hmm.
all of that right from the very beginning.
Yep.
Whether you're using those standard CCDC contracts like the 2-20-20 or, something more project specific, clarity is king, honestly.
Oh, 100%. It's like setting the financial foundation for a smooth construction journey.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's fast forward a bit. Now the project's rolling, the work's getting done. How do we accurately capture all that progress
Yeah.
and turn it into, cold hard cash?
That's where those monthly progress claims come in. It's all about carefully calculating the value of all that completed work and materials,
Okay.
making sure it lines up perfectly with those initial agreements we talked about,
Right.
and of course, any legal requirements.
Right. Right.
Think about those lien and holdback rules. Those can be tricky,
No, tell me about it.
especially because they're different depending on where you are, different provinces. It's about making sure everything adds up properly, no mistakes,
Yeah.
and
Right.
complies with all the rules. Got to dot those I's and cross those T's.
Couldn't agree more. And of course, we can't forget about our trusty subcontractors.
Oh, absolutely not.
They're like the unsung heroes of so many construction projects.
Yeah, the backbone.
Right.
Right.
So how do we keep them in the loop, financially speaking?
Coordinating with subcontractors, that's the key. It's all about reviewing and consolidating their invoices,
Right.
making sure those numbers match the work they've actually done,
Yeah.
addressing any discrepancies that might pop up. It keeps things flowing smoothly,
Yeah.
keeps everyone happy, and importantly, fairly compensated for their hard work.
Absolutely. Now, this next part is where things get really interesting for me, the legal side of things.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about compliance with payment legislation and those prompt payment laws.
So important.
Right. I mean, this stuff can feel a little bit daunting,
It can, but it doesn't have to be.
but it's obviously crucial.
It really is. Think about it. Those laws often have very specific deadlines
Right.
for submitting and processing invoices.
Yeah.
And if you miss those deadlines, well, you could be looking at delays,
Oh, yeah.
maybe even disputes.
Nobody wants that.
So we got to be diligent, stay on top of those deadlines. It's just good practice.
Okay, so let's say we've done everything right. We've got all our ducks in a row. Everything's calculated perfectly, complies with all the rules, all that good stuff.
Sounds good.
We're ready to send it all off to the owner, right?
Yeah.
Slam that send button.
Not so fast. Remember, submitting to the owner for review isn't just about sending an invoice. It's about making your case.
Oh, interesting.
You got to provide detailed documentation to back up your claims.
Right.
Think about percentage completion reports,
Okay.
maybe some change orders,
Mhm.
the approved schedule,
Yeah.
Proof that really justifies that payment request.
Gotcha. It's all about being transparent and accountable.
Precisely.
So fingers crossed, the owner reviews everything, they're happy, and the money comes rolling in.
Right.
But then we got to make sure that money keeps flowing through the entire project ecosystem.
Exactly. Monitoring payments, both incoming and outgoing, that's the key. Are things happening on time, according to the contract?
Yeah.
This kind of vigilance, it really helps to avoid those pesky disputes or penalties down the line.
Which nobody wants.
Right.
Definitely not.
But, sometimes, even with the best planning in the world, disputes happen. So what then?
When it comes to handling disputes or delays, being proactive is absolutely key.
Okay.
If there are discrepancies or delays, address them head on. Don't wait.
Right.
Open communication, that's your best weapon here. And utilizing those dispute resolution mechanisms that we built into the contract, like what you see in the CCDC 2020, that's essential. Find fair resolutions for everybody. So, looking at the big picture here, what does mastering this whole process really mean for someone who's serious about, leveling up in their construction management career, maybe aiming for that Gold Seal certification?
It's about showing that you've got the financial savvy, the accountability, the leadership
Right.
that really sets you apart as a true professional. It's not just about ticking
It's
boxes.
about understanding the why behind the what.
Absolutely. It's about taking a structured, well-informed approach, making sure everyone's on the same page,
Yep.
keeping projects on track, and, ultimately ensuring that the whole construction process runs as smoothly as possible.
Beautifully put. And here's a final thought for everyone listening. With all this focus on the financial side of things, how can we also use this whole process to build stronger, more collaborative relationships with everyone involved in a project? Think
Yeah.
about it.